Well, what's up, guys? How's it going? I haven't made a video in a long time. Some of you may know from other social media that I'm really kind of off and on about this whole YouTube channel thing. I can't say necessarily that I even feel like I have a YouTube personality, like I'm one of these, YouTubers. That's definitely not me. It's not a huge interest. My whole purpose in being on here was to be able to share information with other people in a real efficient way. Like you have a thought, you want to get it to a lot of people, you think it's something that can help them in an area that you know about, go on YouTube. It's really simple. But between video editing and which I don't care for, trying to make things look polished and fixing lighting and microphones, there's just not a lot about the YouTube process that I enjoy. Some folks love it, and that's great for them. I don't enjoy it. So most of the time, you'll notice most of my videos are just really raw like this. Camera's just okay, microphone's just okay. Like it's not all that special, but that doesn't take away from my intention and from how much I feel that I have something to share to others that can offer and help other people. And I do it again because so many people, I can point to specific names of people that when I was struggling and I was trying to make it into tech and I was trying to get out of the restaurant business for good, there were people that I was able to go to who were open and honest and kind and empathetic and share with me technical information and job information. And we were able to talk and network, and that improved my standing in life to the point where I got the first tech job and then my second tech job where I am now. And I'm like, I want to give back, right? And so, in so many areas of life, whether it's the Meetup organization Code Connector or different Slack groups that I'm on and I share information, this YouTube channel, my IG, TA with a boot camp, you name it. The whole point is how can I help somebody else? And I don't want anything from anybody. I'm not here to try to make a big name for myself. That's probably one of the biggest areas of my downfall. And this is a part of the story I don't talk about a lot. From going to high school to college, just really having a big head and being used to be in the spotlight and being used to be the star. I have no need for that in my adult life, right? I have no need to blow up in any way, social media. I have no need for that. I felt what it's been like to be the spotlight, to be the person, to be the guy. I've enjoyed that. That does not interest me. Building up other people and letting them get the spotlight and letting them get their shine on and feel that feeling as well. That's a really big deal to me, and that's why I do this. So I come on right now. I got a lot on my brain. It's early 2021 still. Obviously, we're still dealing with a large amount of political upheaval, a large amount of stress around being under quarantine situations, being locked down, being at home. Many of us working from home. For me personally, this works out very good. I don't ever want to go back to the office. Like literally, I would go back like once a week to check in and maybe have like a team meeting and stuff like that. But I'm totally productive and doing well here. But I understand that's not the case for everybody, and everybody's situation is different. A lot of people, this is a struggle. Like every week, every month that goes by that we're still in this mode, it is hurting them, it is harming them. I was thinking just the other day about my days as a restaurant server. So in between management jobs, I was actually just a server at one point, and I'm depending on people to come in the restaurant. And I was working two different jobs at that time to come in those restaurants in mass. Like I need a lot of people to come and to eat and to drop big tips. And I can only imagine now if I was a server and maybe my restaurant's closed or they're only doing 50% capacity or less, like where's my money coming from? The bills have not changed. There's been no law, no mandate to change the structure of all the bills. Like, hey, all the rent's going to go down 50%, and all the utilities are going to go down 50%, and childcare is going to go down 50% to make up for the fact that you only have 50% of the customers coming in the restaurant. That never happened, and it's not going to happen. So all the bills stay where they are. You're already working a job where more than likely ends are just meeting or not quite meeting, and now direct income's down 50 odd percent. What do you do? And you get two stimulus checks over the course of 10 months that might have helped at best 1 month. I can't imagine that. And I know people are struggling and I feel for them so bad because I was in that world. I know what it's like. I know what it's like. I know the effect of just having a couple of slow nights in a week, right? You kind of have in your mind what you need for the week, what you need per day, what you need for the week, what you need for the month. You could have two slow nights a week for a couple of weeks. It can throw your whole month off if being a server is like your primary profession. It can throw off your entire month. Now you're like, am I going to borrow? Am I going to let something get turned off? Am I going to do some kind of a payday loan? Like how am I going to keep things moving? It's tough, man. And so, and I guess this video is sounding kind of sad. The intention wasn't to be sad. The intention was to just kind of, number one, say hi, recognize I haven't been here in a while, kind of let you know what's on my mind and why I do this channel in the first place and why I do a lot of the other things that I do. It's all about helping other people and trying to help them to make a better life for themselves. And particularly if they are interested in making a transition from wherever they are into this thing we call tech, which is a really broad spectrum world. I really wish we had more focus and more talking about how broad this thing tech is, because it is humongously bigger than web development, right? That is a subset of a subset out of tech, or a subset out of a subset out of a subset, because out of tech, then we can come down to computer science, um, then we can bring that down to programming, then we can bring that down to web development, right? That's a niche, that's a tiny niche, but tech is very broad, and there's a ton of jobs and opportunities on this thing we call tech that people can get into. And I just like expose people to that. So that's all I have for now. I wanted to check in because, again, I see there's a couple of new subscribers, which is weird because I haven't dropped a video in forever. But I want you to kind of know where my heart is, and the kind of things I think about, the kind of things that I'm working on. I'm still working on getting my 2021 focus areas in place. I did that last year. It was very successful. I worked on, instead of resolutions, I did focus areas, simply easy things for me to remember the entire year. And within those focus areas, I had goals that I wanted to achieve. So this year, I'm kind of upping the ante. I have 6 focus areas that I'm going to be working on. 6 easy things to remember, whether it's January or December of 2021. 6 areas of life. Within each of those 6 areas, they're going to be broken down into goals and then sub goals. So almost an agile methodology if you think in terms of epics, features, and stories. It's going to be focus areas, and one of those focus areas is faith, right? And so with under faith, there's going to be specific goals, and I can branch those goals out into tasks that'll get done. Like, not really waterfall, but we'll get done in according to a time period. Hey, I want to get this done by the end of February. We'll get this done by the end of March, stuff like that. So that I'm working on right now. Again, I'm a TA with Launch Code. I'm really happy about that. Happy to be one of the volunteers with Code Connector. Happy to be still a full stack developer that hadn't fired me yet at FedEx, and working on, what am I doing now? Working on some database type work. I'm working on some project management responsibility, or product management, however you want to put it. Probably more product management, because I'm actually not involved in the design aspect or of the business requirement from the initial stages, more so on the development side. So a technical project manager, taking on some of those roles, studying a lot, still learning code, working in HackerRank, reading all the time. This is a fascinating book to me. Just started it. I'm on about page 50 or so. Reading all the time, interacting on Slack with people and sharing with people, doing a lot of mentorship these days, just little one-on-ones. And I don't really talk about those much because I think I just have a, and this is how I was raised, there's a certain balance between how much you share and your intention behind sharing it, right? There's a certain point when sharing really doesn't become about, like, let's just say I do, philanthropy, and I give away money to the Red Cross and United Way and, some homeless mission, what have you, right? There's nothing wrong with me wanting people to know that. Maybe that might encourage them to give or to be more sensitive about people in different situations. But at a certain point, that sharing becomes overly grandiose, and it's obvious it's no longer about what I'm doing. It's about I'm the one that's doing it. And that rubs me very wrong. It's something that I was taught not to do that as a child. That stuck with me, of all the lessons I got as a kid, and the many that I completely disregarded, obviously. That one has stuck with me throughout my life, not to be a person trying to put yourself out there so much, because what it does is it reveals gaps in your character, right? It reveals things that you're trying to fill in terms of your self-worth, and you want to do it by the validation of others. And that's a personality flaw, right? Every person should be self-validated, where anything that comes from another person is like gravy on top of the meat, on top of the steak, right? Gravy on top of the meat. It shouldn't be the meat. If all you hear me from me is, oh, I did this and I did that and I did that, that is too much. It's a different thing to toot your own horn. I'm at work, right? We have a team. Our team is on an art. I want to make sure that people in leadership are aware of things that I'm accomplishing, for the fact of demonstrating my value to the team. I don't want my accomplishments, the things that I'm achieving, to go unnoticed. because every person on the team needs to be valuable. That's one thing. But to come on here, for instance, or any other platform, and just the normal mode is, oh, well, I did this day, and I did that day, and it's all trying to pump myself up, so people can give me one of those. That is a character flaw. That is an absolute character flaw, and it is one is one that I really am wary of with myself, and I try to check myself on. Not to be a braggart. I'll brag on you. If I hear what you've done, I want people to know about you and put you up front, put you in the spotlight. Because I've done the spotlight before, and it didn't do much for me. It really doesn't. It's an empty. It feels good in the temporary, but it's empty. It's almost like empty calories, like drinking your way full or things like that, or eating a lot of sugar. It's empty calories, and when that stuff burns off, you're still deflated, but then you're addicted to that feeling. So you go back and you do it some more, and then it becomes a repetitive pattern of always trying to get this validation from others. Um, and that's just not helpful. It's not. It's actually harmful. So I try to not do that so much. And so if I mentor X number of people, that's not something I'm just going to put out there. Hey, you know who I am. You see how I'm coming across. If you think I have something to share with you, reach out to me. We can talk. And I'm doing lots of those these days, and it's fun, and it's really fun when you do that and you see the person progress and get the success or get the win they're looking for. That feels great. That's the win. That's the high five right there. Because that's what we're doing it for, right? To help you get your wins. So this is kind of a winding, weird little video. I don't even have any idea what I'm going to title it at this point. I'm just turned on the camera and started talking. I'm about to hit a really hard coding block this morning. It's Tuesday morning, January the 11th, 12th. And I just thought I'd reach out to you. So for all those that are subscribers, appreciate you being here. Feel free to like or comment down below. If you would like me to talk about a specific thing that you think I have knowledge of, let me know. You can DM me, hit me on IG, or just drop a comment down below. This is a very random channel. Again, the likelihood that it's going to continue or not is really, it's up in the air. I don't know because I don't necessarily enjoy the process of YouTube. I just enjoy sharing information. So we'll see how that works. Nevertheless, happy Tuesday to you. Don't think we've spoken since like last November. So happy New Year to you and all the other holidays you celebrate. Talk to y'all soon.